7 to 12 months antique boy is branded a monster before dad teaches his bullies a lesson with Facebook put up. Jackson Bezant, 7, become consuming his breakfast at school while 3 older boys approached him and commenced taunting and teasing him. They known as him names like Monster and Ugly as Jackson sat there, helpless. Luckily, a instructor's aide took be aware of the situation and stopped the merciless bullying earlier than it escalated any similarly. However, the story turned into enough to deliver his concerned dad, Dan, to tears. You see, Jackson become born with Treacher-Collins syndrome, an extraordinary situation that influences the improvement of bones and facial tissues. Jackson is nearly deaf and has already gone through 1 surgery to rebuild his eye socket. Due to his look, Dan has witnessed his kind-hearted son turn out to be the victim of bullying at the fingers of human beings of every age. One time, a woman walked past us, and we could listen her say, "Did you see that little boy's face?" he recounts. After hearing what passed off to Jackson at school, Dan decided to take a stand. However, he in no way predicted his FB submit could create this kind of response like this. That is Jackson Bezant, and he's approximately to show 8 years old. Jackson was born with Treacher-Collins syndrome, an extraordinary circumstance that reasons fallacious development of bones and facial tissues. His listening to and imaginative and prescient are significantly impaired, and he relies on hearing aids. The primary grader from Rigby, Idaho, should go through many tactics for the duration of his life. These days, Jackson's father, Dan, received news that left him heartbroken to the point of tears. One morning at school, Jackson turned into consuming in the cafeteria when several older boys began bullying him. They called him Monster among different horrible names. Unfortunately, such things as this appear loads, and it's often adults who can be the most merciless. One time a lady walked past us, and we could listen her say, "Did you spot that little boy's face?" If she's pronouncing such things as that, what are her kids pronouncing? Dan recalls. Dan decided enough turned into sufficient. He took to FB after the incident at college with a powerful and scary public post. "My heart is in pieces proper now and my soul appears like it's ripping from my chest, and this beautiful younger guy my son Jackson has to endure a consistent barrage of derogatory feedback and lack of knowledge like I've by no means witnessed. He's called unpleasant and freak and monster on a each day basis by using his friends at college. He talks approximately suicide and he's not pretty 8. He says he has no friends and all and sundry hates him. Youngsters throw rocks at him and push him shouting these awful phrases, and please take a minute and imagine if this were your child. Take a minute to train your children approximately special wishes. Speak to them approximately compassion and love for our fellow man. His situation is known as Treacher-Collins. Perhaps even appearance it up. He's persevered bad surgery and has numerous extra inside the coming years. Anyway, I may want to cross on, but please train your children. Please share this. This shouldn't be happening and to anyone." Dan by no means anticipated his FB post to spread like wildfire, however that's precisely what passed off. Now, other children at Jackson's school are achieving out to him and his family, wanting to befriend and defend him. However, Dan wants readers to recognize he doesn't blame Jackson's instructors or the school. Rather, he says the duty of other parents is to educate their kids approximately kindness and reputation. "I need parents to look my publish and feel my heart break," he says. "Please train your children and let them recognize that bullying isn't adequate." Dan says his Facebook publish has additionally related him and Jackson to 2 other children of their place also living with Treacher-Collins syndrome, and they're all making plans to satisfy for a play date. Dan set up a PO box for people who'd like to ship Jackson playing cards of nicely needs, and it's already filling up. Bravo to Dan for talking up towards the bullying epidemic. Please percentage his and Jackson's inspiring and effective story along with your pals on FB.